I had the fortune of having the Turning Point Ensemble ask me to come and perform a work of Geoffrey Ryan called The Whitening of the Ox. And it's this wonderful song cycle of the transformation to enlightenment through Zen Buddhism. And it was this beautifully written and lyrical piece, and I immediately grasped on to the joy that this music gave me to sing.
That was the first thing that I wrote for Tyler. And subsequently, he became one of my go-to baritones. When I had the opportunity to write a piece for the Calgary Philharmonic and One Yellow Rabbit Theatre in Calgary, with words by Suzanne Steele, to write Afghanistan Requiem for a Generation, the Philharmonic said, well, who are some singers that you would recommend? And immediately I said, Tyler. So then when it came to writing this piece, I totally had his voice in my head. I could sit at my desk, I could read Jan Swicky's poetry and imagine what it would sound like for Tyler to sing that.
So I had worked with Jeff at the Vancouver International Song Institute with the composers there, and I found his approach to songwriting really clear, really focused, really skilled, highly skilled. And I loved the textures that I was hearing. At that point, I hadn't actually played any of his songs before, but I started to hear them and even coach some of them and give, the younger performers some tips. And I just really enjoyed that process, and I loved how he worked with them. And so in these pieces, once they were written, I found myself, again, really just loving the textures that he built and the colors and the way that phrases they dovetail so beautifully between voice and piano. I think that is something that makes him special, but it's bigger than that. There's a spirit that really gets captured with each song that kind of takes you beyond the notation, and I love that.
I met Erika. I heard Tyler and Erika perform together, but I'd never had the opportunity to write something specially for Erika. So when it came to writing this new piece, it was not just hearing Tyler's voice, it was also picturing the two of them together and just imagining myself in the room with them as they performed it. And I find in any kind of commission, imagining myself in the room while the performers perform it really helps to make it fit for those particular performers. Of course, you hope that other people eventually are going to perform it. But when you're writing with someone specific in mind, you really want to be making it fit them really well.